Alrighty guys, what's going on today? So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to use your KRK Rokit Studio monitors and really just how to make the most out of them. If you guys don't know about KRK Systems began manufacturing their studio monitors back in about 2003. Those were the Generation 1 KRKs. We are currently in 2020 and you are looking at the KRK Rokit G4 8s. G4 of course stands for Generation 4 and the 8 stands for 8-inch low-frequency driver, which you can see right here. These are wonderful, wonderful studio monitors. They've come a long way since their inception, just in terms of sound, in terms of overall quality, design, everything. They're great for mixing, great for producing, great for really just about anything that you might want to use them for. But of course, before you get, comfortable with them, you have to know how to use them and figure out how to use them and how to use them in the best way possible. So the question is, how do you learn to use your studio monitors? For starters, when you get your KRK Rokit monitors, I recommend just start by listening to them a lot. Not just when you're recording, but listen to them with a selection of your favorite recordings. Those recordings that you know really, really well. The cool thing about getting your KRK Rokits and really kind of diving into some of your favorite music is that you'll see how they begin to react to the music that you're listening to. And that's really, really important when it comes to producing, mixing, and mastering, is because you know how things should sound. Right? Once you begin listening to them and once you get to know them, you'll know, you'll realize that they sound different from your ordinary stereo speakers. One thing to note is that if you are used to consumer speakers, one thing that you'll need to, learn how to kind of deal with is the flat and unhyped sound that comes from your monitors. With time, you'll learn how your KRKs react to different material. This is gonna, help you understand what the KRK Rokits are good at, and maybe what they're not good at, and maybe how you should compensate when it comes for the shortcomings. For those shortcomings, so that your mixes sound like you bought monitors on a pro budget. It's important to note for KRK monitors specifically that a lot has changed in terms of the sound. And the low end is a lot tighter than it used to be. These were always notoriously flabby in the low end, and I think they've really kind of found their sound here. So the cool thing is that finding that sort of that balance with KRK Rokits and learning how to make the most of them is definitely not as difficult as it used to be, and it won't be as daunting when you begin taking your mixes out into the real world and listening to them on consumer stereo systems, because they'll sound better faster, which is a really, really good feeling when you don't have to keep going back and forth listening to your mixes. Do note that if you're using a 2.1 system like I am, it's an abundance of bass output might trick you into believing your mixes have a really adequate bottom end, but you may play it back on a smaller consumer system and all that bass may disappear. So make sure that if you are using the KRK Rokit monitors with a sub, I would highly recommend just switching that sub on and off during your mixing process to see how everything's going. And one final thing about your monitors: don't just put them on a bookshelf behind your recording setup. Crank them up and call it a day. Near field monitors are designed to be placed really, really close, and you want to make sure that when you're setting them up, that you set them up properly. You don't want to have them faced outward. You don't want to have them pushed up against a wall. You want to have them in a nice equilateral triangle facing you, so you can sit directly in that sweet spot and get the sound that you're looking for. So so I guess to recap, listen to your studio monitors a lot. If you're using a subwoofer, make sure to turn it on and off every once in a while, because you want to get the truer and more honest sound of your monitors. And also make sure that they're not just thrown up on a bookshelf or something. You want to make sure that they're placed properly. Alright guys, that's how to use and make the most of your KRK Rokit studio monitors. If you guys have any questions or insights, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Alright, take it easy.